Get him! Any minute now. We waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. One more time. Hold up. Wait. Let's wake up those paws, wake up those paws, wake up those, and boom, 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 boom. I just got paid. Just got paid. Friday night. How's everybody doing this? Friday, mate. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this is our bottom line where we be talking about this and that, and that, and this, and this, and that, and that, where we be talking about this and that, and that, and this, and this, and that. Just got me pissed. Hey, that's right. It is Friday, everybody. We made it to the end of the week. Not like it makes us too much of a difference because we're here all week anyway. We're here every morning. This is our bottom line. Hope everybody had a fantastic evening. I know I did. I slept like a baby, got up at 3, made sure I pulled some information so I could be here to make sure that this 6 o'clock was going to be out of the park. Just got to let you guys know right off the muscle, we got so much in the clip. I'm like, let me try to edit this down. Let me make it less. No, I couldn't do it because there was just so many follow-ups and just so much new information that I had no choice to bring to you guys. That means we're going to have to drop 4 videos as soon as we start. I'm talking about back to back to back to back simultaneously so that then I can come to the comments because it's a lot in the clips today. But of course, I want to come down to the comments and see who's here, where you guys are chiming in from, because I always get excited when I see new states, new members, and new people that come onto the platform. And it's a great day. Why? Because we made it another day. And that's the main thing to be happy about, right, guys? That's right. Good morning. And I'm coming to the comments right now. Who we got up in here? Alex. Good morning. We got Tony. You. Good morning from Los Angeles. KC Ramon was popping. Good morning, KC. Thank God it's Friday. Says VIP Auction Group. My people, thank you so much for being here this early in the morning. Rebecca, we got good morning from Grand Rapids, Michigan, like we always do. We got Batty Lynn up in the building. Y'all already know Detroit is up in here. She's representing. What else we got? We got our guy, Mark Dorfman, representing New York, big city of dreams. But everything in New York ain't always what it seems. You might get fooled if you come from out of town, but I came from the city to get down. That's right, y'all. We're going to do it today. I'm going to get right to work. Why? Because there's so much to go into from the titles today. Y'all let me know, make sure that the audio is right. Let me know y'all can see the whole screen. Make sure that we on point today, guys, because we had a little friction yesterday, but we on point today. I'm sure we're sounding up to par. We let everything charge overnight. So I know that we got good audio, video, and lighting. So here we go. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. We are at our bottom line, and y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So as soon as you come in, go ahead and start hitting that like button. That's going to make more people come over here to our bottom line. Let's get into this, you guys. Good Friday morning. The first thing that I like to do, that I want to do, is run down this title right here. That's right, y'all. Let's run down this thumbnail. Let's see what's being said here. And we have Trump says China should go study their files. Maybe I should run that down again. What does he say? Trump says China should go study their files. Why would he say something like that? Let's keep it going, you guys. He says Trump clears the air, stating that the U.S. did not reach out to China first. You guys know how it's going on right now, back and forth and back with tariffs, UK, China. We're going to get into it. We got a lot of clips to get into. Let me keep on going with the other subtitles that we have, which are Detroit police lead a multi-agency sweep at John R. Corridor. That's right. Everybody in Detroit, you guys are going to have to assume the front of the class today because there's a lot going on in D-Town, a lot going on in Detroit City. You guys are going to have to come to the front of the congregation. We also have, the last but not least, DEI statue erected in, oh no. Yes, it happened. A DEI statue has been erected in Times Square, New York City, and it's a fictional character, not a true character, a fictional character of a black woman standing in such a pose, kind of like this. We don't know what it's supposed to depict. I guess there's a plaque there that explains it, and we get comments from the New York City, the citizens themselves, to see what they feel about this statue. So, like I told you guys, we've got a lot of stuff to stack. We got a lot to talk about. I will be reading your comments. The only thing that I would like to ask is, because we've got 4 videos that we've got to stack the deck on, we just got to do that. I just want you guys to do me a favor. Whichever one of the videos you like, or all of them, just put your comments down so we can try to stay on topic and stay on track today, you guys. Good morning. Happy Friday, y'all. It's Friday. What's good? Y'all got to tell me what's going on. What y'all got planned for the day? I know what I got planned, but what y'all got going on? We're going to go ahead and shoot on over to Trump, and he's sitting down with the Canada PM yesterday as they talked about bringing the relationships together with tariffs and basically what's going on moving forward. Also commending Mark Carney on his tremendous victory at becoming the prime minister. So without any further ado, let's get into it, you guys. Come on, let's go. Let's work. It's time.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's a great honor to have Prime Minister Mark Carney with us. As you know, just a few days ago, he won a very big election in Canada. And I think I was probably the greatest thing that happened to him, but I can't take full credit. His party was losing by a lot, and he ended up winning. So I really want to congratulate him. It was probably one of the greatest comebacks in the history of politics, maybe even greater than mine. But I want to just congratulate you. That was a great election, actually. We were watching it with interest, and I think Canada chose a very talented person, a very good person, because we spoke before the election quite a few times. And it's an honor to have you at the White House and the Oval Office. And you see the new and improved Oval Office as it becomes more and more beautiful with love. We handle it with great love, and 24-karat gold. That always helps too. Right? But it's been a lot of fun. We're going over some of the beautiful pictures that were stored in the vaults that were for many, many years, in some cases over 100 years.
So that's how they're growing so fast. They're
up.
hiring freelancers.
I want you guys to
Look
see
what you're
this.
doing with
I want
AI
you guys
experts.
to see it. Let's keep on going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I like this. I like this interview.
It was stored in vaults of the great presidents, or almost great presidents, all having a reason for being up, every one of them. So it's very interesting. But I just want to congratulate you, and ran a really great race. I watched the debate. I thought you were excellent. And I think we have a lot of things in common. We have some tough points to go over, and that'll be fine. We're going to also be discussing Ukraine, Russia, the war, because Mark wants it ended as quickly as I do. I think it has to end. We had some very good news last night. The Houthis have announced that they are not, or they've announced to us at least, that they don't want to fight anymore. They just don't want to fight. And we will honor that. And we will stop the bombings. And they have capitulated, but more importantly, we will take their word. They say they will not be blowing up ships anymore. And that's what the purpose of what we were doing. So that's just news. We just found out about that.
Okay, y'all, I told you, we got 4 clips to stack. We're going to keep on moving forward, because the next thing I got to show you is now he's announcing major trade deals with the UK. So we got Canada, now we got the UK. It's coming together, and I'm going to show you the reason why. Now we got the UK, you guys. Keep on with the comments. We got good news happening.
Great products, they'll be buying those products, but they were nice, and if they like them better and we make great products, they'll be buying those products, but they were not available in the UK. Furthermore, in a historic step. The deal includes plans that will bring the United Kingdom into the economic security alignment with the United States. That's the first of its kind. So we have a big economic security blanket, and that's very important. And we feel very, very comfortable with that because it's been a great ally, truly one of our great allies. I mean, a lot of people say our greatest ally. I don't want to insult people by saying that, but I can say it's certainly one of our greatest, and right at the top. And they're the first one we're talking about. And by the way, we have many meetings planned today and tomorrow, and every country wants to be making deals. And we have a meeting, as you know, Scott will be going over to Switzerland on Saturday, and that'll be very, very interesting. We'll find out, but I think they want to make a deal very badly too. Both countries have agreed that the economic security is national security and will be working together as allies to ensure that we have a strong industrial base, appropriate export controls, and protections for key technologies and industries like steel. Steel is a big factor. Both countries will become stronger with steel and things necessary for military. You know, we used to build ships and other things literally at a level that nobody's ever seen. And we haven't, we've eased up, and I would say that the UK certainly eased up, but now we're going to be uneasing both, and we work together. Once again, I want to thank Prime Minister Starmer. He's been terrific for his partnership in this matter, the special relationship and external bond. It's really an external and an internal bond between our two countries will soon be stronger than ever before. And we really do. We have a great relationship. I want to just say that the representatives of UK have been so professional. And it's been an honor doing business with all of them, and in particular, the Prime Minister. And I'd like to introduce him now to say a few words.
Okay, so that's two countries right there. You guys, y'all already heard it. Y'all see Canada? We got the UK. And the reason I'm doing this with Trump saying it is because why? There's no reporters, and it's coming directly from where? The horse's mouth. You guys always say, why are we watching Fox? Why are we watching MSNBC? How about we watch the person that's actually saying what's going down? So yes, if I had to find clips from different places for him to say what he had to say himself, for you guys to get it directly from the horse's mouth, I did that. And guess what? I ain't finished because we still got two more. I still got to keep on stacking this deck. Got two more. We got one. What that was 1, 2. Okay, now let's get into the next one now because I want you guys to see what's going on. Y'all always want to know what's going on with the money, 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 money. So I'm showing you what's going on with the money. Now we're going to talk about the possibilities and what's going to happen moving on with who? China. And why is this important? Because now those relationships that Xi Jinping thought that he was making with the UK, thought that he was making with who? Canada, ain't really moving when it comes down to who? Our hand. When we say, hey, don't do this with China, rather do it with us, right? They say, you know what? Probably right about that. So guess what? All we're doing right now is solidifying the fact that we've already worked out these tariffs with these major countries, right? These major locations, right? So now, who's the last to come to the table? And just still acting like they don't want to really negotiate because they're such a superpower. Talking about China, we're going to keep on moving forward, you guys. Come into the comments. I just want to talk about this and get all four laid down. Let's go.
Chinese counterparts, not preemptively, but if the talks go well, would you then consider lowering the tariff rate on China?
Well, it could be. I mean, we're going to see. Right now, you can't get any higher. It's at 145, so we know it's coming down. I think we're going to have a very good relationship. You know, I always got along very well with President Xi. That relationship was greatly disturbed by COVID when COVID came in, but we get along very well now. I mean, the relationship was hurt with a lot of people, a lot of countries when COVID came in. But I think we're going to have a very good relationship. I expect to have a very good relationship with China, Scott. I think it's a very friendly meeting. They look forward to doing it in an elegant way. China, as you know, has a tremendous trade surplus with us, and we just can't have that. And but I think it's going to be very good for both countries. I would like to see China opened. You know, one of the big things here is, and nobody would know this, but the UK was largely closed. It was very much closed to trade, and now it's opened. And a lot of the financial reporters are very happy about that because so much. I listened to them. Well, I hope they get countries opened up, and then you compete on a fair basis. But you can't compete when you're not allowed to go there. China would be the number one example of that. It's very close. We almost had it last time before COVID, and that didn't work out. But we made a great deal with China. They had to buy $50 billion worth of our food products, and it was a great deal, doing very well for our farmers. And then when Biden came in, as usual, nothing happened. He didn't enforce it, and it got less, and ultimately, destroyed a great deal. That was a great deal. But no, I think that we're gonna have a good weekend with China. I think they have a lot to gain.
Okay, y'all see it. We ran down 3, meaning we got 2 closed, 1 negotiating, and I just gotta bring you into some active news right now because we got to get out of politics for one moment. I want you guys to see what's going on the streets with these alleged drug dealers, the largest fentanyl bust in the U.S. history, where the alleged illegal migrant drug trafficking leaders was arrested in Salem, DEA. This was a sting that was led across 5 states. I love it because they found all of that fentanyl and somebody's out the streets and got them silver bracelets on, those one size fits all, and that means that millions of Americans are not gonna die. So I'm always happy about that. Let's get to this right here. Let's call it alleged so the platform doesn't get in trouble, but I want you guys to see what just happened. Check it out.
Sinaloa organization here in the country illegally. 6 of these guys and women here in the country illegally. His name is Alberto Salazar Amaya. He is the leader, and he was living in Salem, Oregon.
A months-long investigation spanning 5 states ends with more than a dozen arrests and a record-breaking seizure of 3 million fentanyl pills. That's the largest in DEA history. The alleged leader of that drug ring, an undocumented immigrant deported twice before he was arrested in Salem. Wow. In all, federal agents also seized nearly $5 million in cash, the majority of that seized in Salem, along with high-end jewelry and luxury vehicles. They say the bust gives us a glimpse into the high-rolling lifestyle built on poison.
This was an incredible operation, and that's why I wanted all of you here behind me. It took months and months of work, investigation, leading up to smaller buys, smaller cases, to get this massive amount of drugs and guns off our streets.
The bust in Salem was just one element of so-called Operation Take Back America. The feds say the mission dismantled one of the largest and most dangerous fentanyl networks in American history. And DEA's acting administrator, Robert Murphy, called it a, quote, battlefield victory against what he described as a terrorist-backed network.
All right, y'all, we got tariffs and we got this situation right here. Y'all know what I'm about to say. What I'm about to say? Y'all ready? I'm in the comments. What's going on over here? Here we go. We got Pew Pew says Noah Cena of Aura, whatever. Nope, you got to stay on topic for me to say what you're talking about. Hey, yo, who is that in the black court besides the one talking? Okay, we're going to keep on going. Stay on topic, please. Got him. Okay, what else? Yes, exactly. They got him, right? Real Talk VIP. What you got over here for us? Boomer, what's that? Duma says, oh no, you got to stay on topic. Be respectful or be blocked. That's right. Y'all listen to VIP Auction Group because we got so many mods up in here. My bad. Co-hosts, y'all will get up out of here. So y'all want to play games? You definitely can. Hey, yo, check this out. Pew Pew, you're about to get up out of here. Let me see something. Yeah, you're still talking about wrestling. You going? I ain't playing this morning. I'm doing too much work and we stacking the deck, y'all. Come on, let's keep on going. You guys stop playing. Let's stay on topic. Let's stay on topic. What y'all got for me over here? What y'all got for me? Okay. I'm trying to find something that's relative to what we're talking about right here, guys. But I see y'all are not staying on. Okay, we got D that said hi. We got VR that says hi. I show Speed. Okay, his father. Okay, that's a cool one because Speed got a dope ass channel. Knight says thought America's was Venezuela. LOL. As a footballer says hi. Okay. Doofus president with a flimsy small deal. Okay, that's a good one. You said what you wanted to say. Okay, VIP Auction Group says like, subscribe, share, donations, and VIA super chat. Okay, it's English stand now. What else you got? England got Brown, yo. Okay, corruption, says one person. Then we got like and subscribe. Don't miss out. What else y'all got over here for us? Thank you guys for all the support. Fernando said it was supposed to be a super life trip to fly back. Okay, yeah, you playing games and you're out of here. You want to talk about your UFO? I'm getting you out of here. As soon as y'all start playing, y'all are out of here. Dead ass, I'm not even playing. Not even playing. Kendra, thank you so much with the real response saying what a waste of funds. And anybody playing games right now, not staying on topic, y'all want to really go left wing or say some, not even left wing, I'm talking about left sided, playing two games, y'all up out of here. Yes, Macau, you can say that. Only two genders, thank God. Yes, you can say that. Okay, thank God. And President Donald Trump. What else you got? Hi, Kendra, says VIP Auction Group. Grand Rising from Kendra. All right, y'all, we're going to keep on moving forward because I see we got a lot of people that started off playing games. We had to get them out of here. And now we got people that's really serious about what we have going on as far as the show. Do me a favor, you guys that's really here not playing games. Double tap that screen so we can get those likes out. Kendra, VIP, everybody. We're not playing with anybody this morning, even though I got the smile on. We're only giving people one chance today. Any jokes, anything about what we're not talking about, let's get them the hell out of here, okay? Let's get them the hell out of here. Because we got to move on forward right now. Because we got a situation here with Diddy do it? Because the prospective jurors that are on the Diddy trial are being quizzed on their perspective of how they feel. They're being given this big old jurors book about all of the celebrities that may have involvement. Did you guys see the names? Michael B. Jordan. Who else was the other guy? Michael Myers. Yes, we're talking about the P. Diddy trial now because that's something that happens to be going on right now where they're doing the jury selection. And let me show you guys what's going on with this because there's a lot of pushback and I don't know anybody that can honestly say that they don't know what's going on with the Diddy trial. You must have been under a rock for the last 2 years, but they're still trying to select jurors. And it's to the point where they're even saying, if you saw the Cassie video, we understand, but can you still be fair and impartial? Do you think that they can? Because I probably couldn't after seeing something like that. You know, my last decision would probably have to some sort of reliance on that video that I saw because it was pretty gruesome. Let's get into this, guys. I want you guys to see what's going on and keep you up to date with what's going on with the Diddy trial right now. So let's go ahead and get into that real quick, guys.
Here with more. Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett. Oh boy, this is going to get very interesting.
Yeah, these jurors were actually required, Sean, to review a binder of celebrity names as sort of who's who of music and entertainment. Kanye West, Kid Cudi, Mike Myers, Michael B. Jordan, not the basketball player, the actor. It's unclear, really, just how they're connected to this case. And it doesn't mean that they did anything wrong, but their names are sure to come up, apparently, according to the prosecution. So we'll wait and see. But for right now, Combs' defense team is laser focused on weeding out jurors who may have a bias against their client, particularly those who have already seen that horrific video of Combs relentlessly kicking and beating his girlfriend in a hotel hallway. That is the kind of thing you cannot unsee.
Right.
And some of these potential jurors said, yeah, it's violent, it's scary, it's disgusting. But the judge pointed out that's not disqualifying. The question becomes, can you set aside your revulsion and judge the accused fairly and impartially? Also, these jurors were asked about their own personal experiences with domestic abuse and sexual assault because that's the core of the sex trafficking case against Combs, how he allegedly used threats, coercion, drugs to control and sexually debilitate and abuse women. He's pled not guilty. His defense is that this was all consensual. But, given all the evidence coupled with the anticipated testimony of victims, that's going to be a very hard sell to this jury, Sean.
All right, Greg Jarrett, this is going to be a big...
I don't think that anybody could really be impartial to seeing like domestic violence, especially when it comes down to, how hard and how it was very forceful the way he basically was coming down on Cassie. It it was really like hard the way that he was hitting that girl, and it was dead wrong. So I'm coming to the comments, you guys. I just got to flip this real quick. I want to know what you guys got to say. Do me a favor, please. Let's try to stay on topic with what we got to say, because we got a lot more information and a lot more topics that's coming. Also, if you appreciate the content, the exclusive content, some of it is, some of it isn't, and we always pool at 3 o'clock in the morning to get here and make sure that we're relevant with all of the news by 6. This way, you don't really have to do it. That's another reason why a lot of people love to come to the platform. Also, you get a sense of community because you can have your comment and your say about what's ever going on the videos. But that's why we also ask that you guys try to stay on topic and double tap that screen, do that fist bump to get more people over here, because we're trying to get the channel up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I'm in the comments. I want to know what you guys got to say about this topic we just looked at with Diddy. Diddy needs to be locked up. Let's be honest, says Tim the Jim. Okay. Rebecca says, I don't think I'd be able to be impartial after seeing that video. Okay. Duma says, we got Diddy reacting to Diddy case here. And Doomer, it's time for you to go. I already told your dumbass to stay on topic of the show. Bang! Out of here. Who else we got? We got Eddie, returning subscribers. Thank you so much. Diddy. Okay, we got Casey over here that says, peace out. We got Dago says, free puff. We got Kendra Walker that says, I said in the beginning, it's bigger than Diddy in Hollywood. The homes are connected underneath through the tunnels. Ooh, they was talking about that. They was talking about that, Kendra. Eddie Hoffman says, illuminating. Drum Forever says, laughing my ass off. I know why you said that, because of the way that the last guy got the hell up out of here. Drum Forever, right or wrong? Okay, Radar says, soon we'll be saying Diddy under-alived himself. Unalived himself. Are you speaking in conference or reference to the possibilities of what's going on with Jeffrey Epstein? Because you could be right, depending on the information that he has, due to the fact that they're already talking about other people and a big book. And also, you think that he gonna go out like anybody else but Nino Brown? Hold on a minute. I ain't going out with this by myself. Nino Brown ain't the only one. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, Miss Hawkins. You hear me? I'm just a small part of this. Such and such and such and such had to do something with this. If I'm going down, everybody going down. And then they put him in handcuffs, and then they came and got the other guy with Christopher Williams was playing. That's more to the effect of what we might see with ding, 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 ding. We might see that, because I don't think he can do a whole bunch of time. I think that, and honestly, people are actually saying to me that they think he might get off. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, y'all. But there are people that are saying that Diddy, the diddler, might happen to get off. Okay, we got to keep on moving, because they say we initiated. What you mean? Wait a minute. Wait. I know you got a question for me, but did you just say China said that we initiated contact and trade talks? I think China needs to go check their files. Exactly what Donald Trump said, because basically he's trying to tell you guys, like I say in the title here, Trump clears the air stating that the U.S. did not reach out first. That's a big thing between China and the U.S. Who reached out first? Instead of getting to the numbers, they talking about, I didn't call you, you called me first. No, you called me. No, your people were talking to my people. Is it important? Can we get this damn trade deal straight so that we can get our lives together? In Ukraine, can y'all and Russia stop fighting so we can get the crypto back and so that people can stop dying? How about that? People can stop dying and we can get our crypto back. That's all we asking for, because the situation right now is dire. I'm talking about, we're feeling it over here in the United States. We're gonna get over to this topic right now, you guys, because I want you to see, what the riffraff is between the two countries, and basically what Trump has to say about that comment that was basically said to him when it comes to, they said we reached out first. Here we go.
China said the U.S. initiated the trade talks this weekend and that its position hasn't changed. Are you still confident you can reach a deal with China? China said the U.S. initiated the trade talks this weekend and that its position hasn't changed. Are you still confident you can reach a deal with China?
They said we initiated? Well, I think they ought to go back and study their files. Okay, I do think that. Go ahead, what would you?
Are you planning to ease ship export restrictions to some of these Gulf countries, and then also make announcements regarding?
We might be doing that, yeah.
And their nuclear programs, civilian nuclear
And
programs.
it'll be announced soon.
You're to help them develop some nuclear power.
Well, we're gonna take a look. We're gonna take a look. But, you know, we had really a very good, as you know, we had a very good outcome with the Houthis, and we honor their word. I mean, they made a commitment, and we dealt with other countries that were close to them, and
Thank you, because I didn't even really need any more. We wasn't talking about the Houthis. We really were talking about China, and we got what we needed, because basically Minnesota. I need y'all to step to the front as after I get to these comments right here. But Minnesota, please do me a favor and step to the front of the congregation, please. You're next. Tony, you at Cal, I don't see you lining up for applications to work in the fields. You soft and never do that kind of work. Ooh, Tony, you know what I gotta say to that, because you bring up a good topic, even though you're talking directly to somebody. They say that people in the United States won't want to do manufacturing. We're more of a servicing country now. We don't want to get out there and be putting stuff together and all of that. Not only the reason why is because that's not the type of stuff that we do anymore, but it doesn't pay enough. People that do things like that, they're in other countries, and it's sad because countries like China have those people that are getting lower than minimum wage, and that's why they're being affected, because once those factories don't have the work, they automatically go under because they don't have savings, they don't have the monetary, because their wage is very low. And yes, people over here would not be able to honestly probably sustain on a salary of a manufacturer or someone like that. So it's a total different market. This person here says that's high tech. A high tech computer says Diddy is done. 240 terabytes of evidence. Eddie says Trump filibuster too much. Kendra says at Kyle, Nap, how the F figure field works in working for blacks. Kyle Knapp, how the F you figure field work is for blacks. Yo, Kyle, you think that field work is for blacks? Do focus. Hit that like button, y'all. Eddie says it's not a problem who reached out first. It isn't. You're right about that, Eddie. It's really not. It doesn't even matter. High value added history industry. Tendingen says, hey, that's the talk around town. Salem Black says, I take a job putting together iPhones easily. Okay, Chad C says, I heard the Chinese are happy to have a job, even with low wages. Love their American bosses. Yep, I heard the same thing too. That's why I love y'all, because y'all know what the hell y'all talking about, and why I come here every day, because what I don't know, I ask in the comments, and y'all put the fat on my brain so I can learn. I've never came here and said I'm a great guy on politics and I know everything. I learned just like you guys, and that's why I like to, I love to be here, and that's why we have the show called Our Bottom Line. Love the way you guys are staying on topic, and I appreciate that. But at this point, we're about to move to Minnesota. Come on, because we got a big deal going on in Minnesota that is very important. There's a federal sting operation that catches a Minnesota state trooper with sexually doing some stuff to children. And there was a couple of people that was involved. I'm talking about a state trooper, a person that's supposed to be securing our country, our states, our children, and he's the one that was being the predator. You guys in Minnesota, I want you guys to step to the front of the congregation right now, because we got some embarrassing to do, because this guy should be embarrassed about the way he was living his life. Let's go into this federal sting operation that got Jeremy Plonsky locked up.
Shocking new details tonight in the child pornography and sexual assault case against a Minnesota state trooper. We've learned how federal agents busted Jeremy Plonsky in a nationwide sting operation. Jay Coles is live outside the federal courthouse in St. Paul with this troubling new information. Jay?
Kevin, Plonsky had a first appearance here in federal court in St. Paul. His arrest was one of 8 by the Minneapolis Field Division. Now, this was part of a 5-day operation, which was also part of April's Child Abuse Prevention Month. Jeremy Plonsky faces federal and state charges, the state accusing him of sexually assaulting an infant, recording videos, and sending them to someone he was in a relationship with. The U.S. Department of Justice saying tonight the 29-year-old committed these acts while wearing his uniforms as a state trooper and an Army reservist. Investigators collected evidence from his Shakopee home late last month. His arrest, the FBI says, was part of a sting operation they say brought 205 suspects into custody in just 1 week, and the rescue of 115 children across the country.
Good.
U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi calls the
Son of a
nationwide
bitch.
crackdown unprecedented and sent a message to other sexual predators.
We will find you, we will arrest you, and we will charge you. If you are online targeting a child, you will not escape us.
Now, Plonsky is in federal custody right now. The state wants him brought to court upon his release from the feds. The state patrol says he's on leave as they conduct an internal affairs
What you mean on
investigation.
leave?
Reporting live in St. Paul, Jay Coles, 5 Eyewitness News.
What the hell they mean he's on leave? He need to be staying where he at.
You could feel the
Talking about he on leave and they got all that information with pictures of him doing stuff like that to infants. Yo, we got to really protect our children out here. I'm telling you guys, Minnesota, yeah, you can't trust nobody. That's it right there. Don't trust nobody. I want to know what you guys got to say about this nonsense that just happened. Christina says a wood chipper is needed. An infant? Oh, hell no. Chipper for him now. There you go, Christina. You have a great sense of mind. I love the way that you think. Please become a member. Please, we need more smart people like you. Julian says, blood, people are crazy out here. Yeah, Batty Lynn says they'll take care of him in jail. Kendra says, is it paid leave? Yes, Kendra, it said paid leave. Yeah. What else we got over here? No, they ain't say it, but come on, you know 9 times out of 10 they probably is. Yes, Drums Forever says paid leave. He must have heard it because I probably didn't. Eddie says an infant. Yes, Eddie. Random Pipe Layer says you heard that, Biden. Okay, what else we got? We got LB things, stuff, and more. Try the White House. What else you got? You got John that says, what, for real? This trooper is sick. Robert said hi. What's good, Rob? Chad C says, great places for politics. Happy I came across this wealth of a daily knowledge and community. Yes, exactly. Thank you so much, Chad C, for being here. I love you. Love the fact that you always come through. At Jimmy, live every morning, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our bottom line. Yeah, what? He won't last long locked up. Said, yeah, what? Eddie said forever. That's how much time he need to get. You right, Eddie. Forever. Don't even give him no number. Just say forever. Mark Dorfman says, put the trooper in jail forever. Eddie says, an infant? Yeah. That would have been a body if y'all would have found out about this. Is this live or recorded? This is every day, y'all. We live in the flesh right now. We do this every single day. We pull information. We bring things out that nobody else want to play. You might see 3,000 views on the video or something like that, but we bring it to this platform because you won't see it there. This is our bottom line where we go searching all types of different states, countries, and everything like that to bring information like this to you every single day. I get up at 3 o'clock to pull this information and I bring it to you by 6 o'clock. I'm not perfect, but my mission is this. I like to bring out good information, good or bad or whatever, to make sure that our platform is getting it. We bring it to the community so everybody has something to say about it, and then we keep on moving. What we ask you guys to do is like the video, double tap the screen because it brings more people over. How? Because YouTube sees all the likes and they put up a notification, more people come. You guys look in the comments and it says, who's over here? What you guys doing? And that's the proof that the full circle has been made because you guys made that like. And that's all we really ask for because we know it's rough. We got a little bit of coffee in the kitchen, you know, but at the main, we really like the likes to go up because of the fact that we get more people over here. Trying to get to 40,000 subscribers. We're already at 31. We got about 9,000 to go, but we're optimistic and we're here every day. So we know we're going to achieve that goal with persistence. That's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. I've been here for over 180 consecutive episodes every single day at 6 o'clock in the morning. Don't believe me? Go run the numbers and count the lives. We've been doing this every single day. On the 29th of this month will be our 200th episode of Our Bottom Line. I love doing it, and I'm going to do it till the casket drop. Keep on moving forward because now, Batty, come on to the front. Batty, Batty, Batty. I think that's you. I don't want to make a mistake, but Batty, we got Detroit police that lead a multi-agency sweep. And they was coming on ongoing crime initiatives. I want you guys to see about this. D-Town. Come on. Detroit, Michigan, everybody in the area. This is for you. Oh, let's give out this shout out right now for this person that gave that super chat. Let's not act like we didn't see it come through. We want to show man love and respect to who's that? That's Timogen, Tim Nig, $4.99. There you go. These type of people are sickening. There you go. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate all of the super chats and we appreciate all the love. Let's get into this police situation right here in Detroit. Want you guys to see what's going on in D-Town. You might as well stick around Detroit because I got about 2 or 3 for y'all. So have a seat and get and tuck in. Hope you got something to drink because here we go.
For news tonight, they are on a mission to crack down on problems like prostitution, drugs, speeding, loitering, and other issues in one area of Detroit.
Yeah, right now, officers from several agencies are hitting the streets near John R. between 6 Mile and 8 Mile. It's all part of a new enforcement initiative officially launched today, in fact. Local 4's Damon Fernandez spent the afternoon watching the operation in action. Damon.
Yeah, that's right, Ty. You know, police are calling this Operation John R. Resolve. They're hitting the streets trying to address some of the concerns that have been top of mind for neighbors. Police say they want this operation to be memorable and impactful. It's a busy corridor in Detroit.
I saw like 13, 14, 15 police cars, undercovers.
A stretch of John R. some neighbors say has been busy for the wrong reasons.
Prostitution, drugs, loose, vicious dogs, speeding.
And it's those nuisances coupled with overwhelming community complaints that has law enforcement saturating John R. right now.
This is a unified effort to address the area down near John R., McNichols, really that John R. corridor going all the way up to 8 Mile.
Detroit police officially launching Operation John R. Resolved on Wednesday. Officers from DPD's 11th and 12th precincts, Vice Unit, Highland Park Police, and Wayne County Sheriff's Office joining forces and hitting the streets to help crack down on illegal activity.
We're going to enforce the law, we're going to make arrests, and we're also going to provide those individuals suffering from substance use disorder, address some of the narcotics concerns that are plaguing this area.
These officers are also working with the city's fire department, building inspectors, animal control, and health department in this effort. Several traffic stops are being made, citations issued, even some arrests as officers carry out Operation John R. Resolve.
So I'm excited today to get out there and try to impact the community in a positive way and bring some relief to the people that have been living in this community under siege by this type of activity.
All right, Detroit, don't go nowhere. I told y'all, don't go nowhere. Detroit, we're going to talk about this ex-Ford worker. Yeah, this guy was working at Ford, F-O-R-D, the manufacturing plant. This guy was working at the Ford manufacturing plant, but he had a side hustle. He was stealing plant parts right off the assembly line, up to $5 million worth of plant parts, y'all. So check this out. This was going down in Detroit. And yes, they caught him. And they caught all of the auto parts spots that were selling this stuff on eBay and online. Come on, Detroit, get your popcorn. That's right. Y'all know what it is. Let's keep on going because it's going down in Detroit.
Is behind bars, accused of running a multi-million-dollar criminal enterprise by stealing new car parts and then selling them.
We first told you about this story last night at 10 after Dearborn police raided 2 auto repair shops.
Fox 2's Ingrid Kelly explains how officers believe the parts ended up stacked in those shops.
A former Ford employee thought he had it made.
He had an employee at Ford Motor Company that was stealing millions of dollars of brand new parts right off the line.
A side gig he believed would pay big profits. The investigation revealing he had allegedly been stealing for at least 2 years from Ford plants in Wayne, Dearborn, and Flat Rock.
So he'd steal these parts from the assembly plants, and then they would take them to a third-party auto shop, and they would post them on eBay and then sell them via eBay.
Those auto shops located in Detroit.
Yeah, so West Chicago was a facility, and then they would sell a lot of these parts off of Greenfield and Joy.
Police not revealing just how this criminal activity unraveled, but they do say this.
When we executed a search warrant at one of the shops in Detroit, from the floor to the ceiling was stacked with brand new auto parts, brand new hoods and boxes, and taillight assemblies, headlight assemblies, bumpers. Yeah, they're closed for the moment, and we're working with all our partners to see if we can't shut them down permanently.
Ford Motor Company also helped with this investigation.
Their global investigations team works hand in hand with us. So all these folks are currently in custody. Right now, I can't release their information because we don't have we have charges pending. But
those charges could include
grand theft, criminal enterprise. There could be a racketeering charge.
Fox 2 reached out to Ford Motor Company, and the wait for a response continues. And police say this is the type of crime that we all pay for.
Ford Motor Company had millions of dollars of things and assets stolen, but it also increases the price for all of us, right? And so it's not a victimless crime.
In Dearborn, Ingrid Kelly, Fox 2 News.
Okay, and they also got a new mayor. Where at? In a county that really needs one. Because we've been hearing about Dalton for all the wrong reasons. Y'all remember that song, Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places. I don't know the damn words, but I know the song. I know how the song go. Long story short, Dalton, congratulations. They finally got a new mayor. And the man's name is Jason House. You may remember the small town of Dalton because of their old mayor, Tiffany Henyard, the one that was more like a Beyonce or Rihanna, trying to be out there dancing and giving out stuff. Yeah, well, they got a new mayor. His name is, like I said, his name is Jason House. I want you guys to check this out real quick. I'm coming to the comments right after this.
Suburban village that has had a
Hey guys, I just found an amazing digital marketing expert on Fiverr. The company.
It's a South suburban village that has had a turbulent few years.
Tonight, there's a new leader in charge in Dalton.
And so now we're ready to move Dalton to the next level.
Jason House's name is already on City Hall. Tonight he was sworn in to replace embattled now former Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Our Jermont Terry's live in Dalton, where there was a high energy event tonight to start this new era. Jermont.
Joe and Erica, while the name outside City Hall changed a few weeks ago, tonight, Mayor Jason House officially took the oath, becoming the next mayor of Dalton and also ushering in a new administration. So many in this community and the South suburbs, welcome.
Hi, Jason House.
Having been appointed to the office of mayor.
With his hand on the Bible, Jason House swears to uphold the Constitution.
The county of Cook.
And the county of Cook.
As he steps into the top position in Dalton, a packed house witnessed this moment.
Congratulations, Mr. Mayor.
As they view it as a bright future for the South Suburban Village, who found itself under the spotlight.
We watched our tiny little village become a world movement.
Mayor House and his team campaigned on cleaning house.
We went through the fire.
Becoming more transparent than Tiffany Henyard and her administration.
I'm here for the next 4 years to work at making sure that we grow.
As mayor, House has an uphill battle. He will work to get the village out of the red. Many say Henyard placed the village in a financial mess through lavish spending and unnecessary trips. There is still an ongoing federal probe into spending.
Okay, y'all, they got rid of Henyard. I hope you guys are happy about that. I don't know if anybody was really following this story, but I know we followed it all the way up to the new mayor. We saw all of the spending that she was doing. We saw her giving out food like she was an ex-drug dealer playing music, talking about ain't no stopping us now. Got everybody out there giving away taxpayer money and everything. People pulling up talking about, oh, we don't like her, but we gonna take the food. Oh my God, we saw a lot going on in Dalton. It was like a little show going on. Y'all remember that, right? Whoever really watched this show and saw what we've been going through, it's been pretty crazy with this. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the people that been here. I'm in the comments, y'all. I want to know what you guys got to say. Yes, y'all, everybody that saw that episode, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That episode is See, finally stopped her now. LOL. Carl said, boo. Okay, y'all know they finally got it up out of there. Look at Christina. Look at Kendra. All y'all know what I'm talking about. Drum Forever said, bye, Felicia. Yeah, what said? Makes me mad. Tim Nugent says, hopefully he is better and cleans house. Yeah, what says? Google Diddy sell big screen TV and Xbox and all. Damn, wait a minute. Yeah, what? This was what Yeah, what said. Google Diddy sell. They saying he got a big screen TV and an Xbox. Kendra Walker. Yeah, but he don't want to be in there. Hell with being in jail with a big TV and Xbox. He want to be home dancing around. Christina says, he was in a blue state. He didn't think they'd do anything about it. What else you got? Julian says, all the peanut heads like Henyard are cute and crazy. You got Salem Black that says, the new Pope is American, and or if you heard, Drums Forever said, look, we got demonetized that says Super Mayor was cute and crazy, right? Wasn't she a mess, y'all? Chad C says, did y'all know a long stays in jail, you have a job, it's no vacation. Wonder what it's like for Diddy. Sure, it sucks. Yeah, imagine if he got a job in jail. Ooh, that'd be terrible for Diddy. They got him out there busting license plates or doing something crazy. Hey, I want to tell you guys something. People start suing people for no reason now. And do me a favor, don't make me laugh like y'all did yesterday, because y'all had me rolling in the comments. I'm talking about I was crying like my mother was beating me with a switch. It was crazy. Y'all was really doing y'all thing yesterday. That was bananas. We had a fantastic show. But I want to ask you guys this. Be careful if you got a business and you promote your business with pictures and things like that. Because nowadays, people are so sensitive. You can get sued for a photo of your product if it doesn't look like what it actually is. The reason I bring this up is because the Whopper from Burger King, the Whopper, there is a ruling by a judge that allows a lawsuit over Burger King advertisements to move forward. Just because the picture that you see in the photo doesn't look like the burger you get. Check this out. Yes, it's a small thing to a giant, but it's something that we would never even assume that's actually going on. You can sue somebody over a picture? Check this out.
There it is. There's a burger on the left. There's a burger on the right. Okay. Do they look the same to you? What do you think? Well, a judge has some thoughts on this, which is why that judge is now green lighting a lawsuit against Burger King, allowing it to move forward after 19 customers in more than a dozen states sued, basically arguing they were sold Whoppers in more ways than one. Duped, they argue, by ads that, according to the suit, make it look like the burgers are about 35% bigger with more than double the actual meat than the real burger itself. Burger King denies all this. I want to bring in Sam Brock, who's joining us now. You know, the judge in this case says the alleged false advertising goes beyond exaggeration here, which is why the green light now is moving forward for this. What does that mean?
What it means, Hallie, is in the judge's own words, idealized imagery is something that is commonly used in the world of food advertising, which is to say that BK could reasonably argue consumers know better than this and wouldn't be fooled if there's a slight difference between what's in an ad and what they're actually purchasing. What the judge is saying in this case is it seems to be so egregious that they should be able to move forward.
Wow.
Now, here's the top line in all of this story. He's allowing the lawsuit to proceed. It doesn't mean that Burger King is guilty of any sort of misleading consumers or the public. It just means they're going to be taking next steps here, which involves things like discovery, potentially certifying a class action lawsuit. And many folks at home might be asking, what's the difference between this case and one that came up a couple of years ago against McDonald's and Wendy's, which was dismissed, where a similar argument was being staged, and the judge says twofold. One, the extent of the exaggeration, as you already mentioned, 35% is what the plaintiffs are asserting here in terms of the difference between the advertised burger and the real burger, but also that back in 2017, if you look at what Burger King's ads look like before that point in time and then after, it's again so exaggerated that the consumer could reasonably argue that Burger King over the course of the last several years just decided to make their hamburgers larger, when in fact that may not be the reality. So we spoke with an attorney, by the way, who is representing the majority of those 19 people. And we asked him, what are you trying to achieve in all this? And he said, honestly, transparency in advertising. Take a listen to our conversation.
Nope, we already get it. You already said what he wanted to get through, and I get it. And we're gonna go to the comments right now because I know a bunch of people talking about, why are you worried about burgers? Why are you worried about this? And a lot of smart people are saying they should have known better. They do that all the time. I'm in the comments. I want to know what you guys think about this burger situation. And one more thing I'm going to say is I think moving forward, you're going to see a lot of different sort of advertisements now with the real size of these burgers because they don't want to have this situation going forward. Okay, Demonetized says Big Mac looked like it was made during the earthquake by Michael J. Fox. Demonetized, you right about that with that nasty sauce that they put on there. Yeah, what says I want to sue courts for me being forced to pick probation off the rig of jail offers. Okay. Kendra says, at Rena, what's up? What else y'all got over here? Y'all got Doctor says, help me someone. Do they add soy to hamburgers at fast foods? I don't know. You guys let them know. Do they add soy? Salem Black says, those are the actual old Burger King pictures. They've reduced product sizes 30%, all fast foods. You guys are right about that. I got to be honest with you. I don't eat meat, and I damn sure don't eat no McDonald's or no Burger King. But I'm going to tell you like this. The ones that I see when I go in there to get coffee or whatever, they're like a little disc. That's not a Whopper. That's not the way the Whopper used to be when I was little. When I used to eat Whoppers and they was, oh my God, let me tell you about a flame broil Whopper in 1987. I'm going there. 1990. A flame broil Whopper in 1990? Oh my God. The lettuce. The lines on the burger, the real fact that it was real beef, real meat, the way the tomato tastes, there's nowhere in the world. Somebody's right. Somebody said they're using pictures from 1985, or what they're doing is making them pictures and they're enlarging them to make it look like the burger's bigger. I got to agree with this. And hey, with the way that lawsuits are happening right now, I know somebody that sued a construction site for breaking her heel. She walked by and broke her heel, and the guy started laughing. They didn't want to apologize. She sued them for that, as well as her brand new heels. We're going to keep it moving, you guys. I'm in the comments. What else y'all got for me? Casey says, shame on you, Burger King. You can't assume what people will think or not. Yeah, you're right about that. Like, they know better. They know that they should assume that it's bigger. That it's smaller than what it looks like in the picture. Drum Forever says no, so you sent for whatever. What else we got? Julian says that make them start making real burgers again. Okay, I want to get to the bottom because I want to know what you guys had to say about what I used to eat when there were real burgers. All fast food is garbage, and you're right about that, Mark. I haven't eaten it in dumb years. Mr. Chris Starr says, thanks, dude, was fun. Okay, oh, thanks. Okay, what else y'all got? Kendra, we're talking about okay. Batty Lynn says, all 90s food was fire. Don't get me started with the Doritos. Right, Batty? Oh, my God. Casey Ramos says, who? 87. Yeah, man. Julian says, needs blood. Yeah, what? Bigger than your face. No more sad deal now. Okay, what else y'all got? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yes, yummy, says Rena. What else y'all got for me? Exactly. Tempe says, you always look so professional. What you do for a living? I'm gonna get into that. I actually make alcohol, and I want you guys to start getting these liquor stores getting in their face. I want y'all to go to the liquor store and start asking for Big Drip, even if you don't want it. I need that favor. Besides the likes, I want y'all to go to the liquor store and say, hey, you guys got that liquor called Big Drip? It comes in a can, 14% alcohol, and don't care where it is. Just go ask for it, right? And when they say that they don't have it, y'all be like, oh, all right, I'm out. Because then what's going to happen? They're going to call me up like, hey, people keep coming in here asking for your liquor. You get it? Full circle. And then I can do more for us. I need to get this liquor off the ground, but let me keep on moving. Yes, the Whopper used to be one of the best. I don't care. I don't think about no Big Mac, no quarter pounder. Let me tell you, my burger, when I was eating burgers, Whopper, the Whopper. And if I was trying to eat quick and get it over with, I said, wait a minute, they made a Whopper Jr.? And how come the Whopper Jr. back then looked like the Big Mac? Yeah, I ain't never noticed that part. This is how good I was when I was eating beef and eating meat, but now I'm a vegan. I don't eat none of that crap. So I'm gonna keep on moving forward, you guys. Jasmine Crockett is off her rocket, but she had time to respond to Trump saying that she has a low IQ. Y'all get y'all screens ready for the small screen right here, because I want y'all to check out what Jasmine Crockett has to say. Couldn't really find too much responses about this topic, so we had to take what we can get. So let's get into it, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. It's funny how we get to know each other so much more with the time that goes by. Look, we already talking about burgers and growing up, and y'all already found out that I was around in 87. Shh, don't tell nobody. We're going to keep on moving forward. Let's go, y'all.
They're in total disarray. They have a new person named Crockett. I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person. And they said, she's the future of the party. I said, you have to be kidding.
The fact that you just got done engaging in a conversation where we have a president of the United States
who has no idea about the oath that he just took on January 20th tells me everything that I need to know. He didn't even have good sense enough in that same interview to say something as simple as, yes, I will follow the Constitution. You know, the thing that actually derived from the oath that he was supposed to take. And he supposedly took an oath, which there's a lot of people that point out that he never put his hand on the Bible, even though he acts as if he could somehow be the Pope. But nevertheless, that oath specifically says that you will defend the Constitution. So the idea that you are now taking the Constitution and, as I said at the DNC, putting it through a paper shredder is a problem. And I think that this should not be partisan. This should be right versus wrong. A lot of the things that this administration is doing, they don't have anything to do with partisanship. This is right versus wrong. And right now, they are consistently wrong.
I look at the Democrats.
So do you guys think that Jasmine Crockett, who they say is off her rocket, that has a chance to become a major part of the DNC? Because I see a lot of these people that are in politics, they look like they're trying to make a play. Like they think that they might be next up for the next position. Like Gavin Newsom and people like Kathy Joku Hochul, just because they feel like they want to fight back and be adversarial and oppositional against a certain party. But does that mean that they actually should hold these positions? Want to know what you guys got to say about it. I'm in the comments. Let's go. What we got over here? Kendra says, at Natalie, indeed, I thought it was just me. Natalie says, that woman is a fake gangster wannabe. I believe you, Natalie. You're right about that, because the way she holds herself down, she's kind of like a Tiffany Henry without the glam and the glitz. And she's like one of those, it seems like one of those, like a bougie sort of a, I can't really gauge Jasmine. And do she got a man? I don't know. Just asking. Just want to know. Let's keep on going. Mad Hatter says, seriously, any black person thinks she's a leader, she is first one to tell people to F off. Yes, because she can't even communicate. So how she's going to be able to lead anything? You got to be able to talk. She mad because he called her out, says Christina. No one should swear on the Bible if you think about it. She knows no right. Ooh, there you go. Dot Focus, what's good? Dot Focus said, I was born in 87. Life was fucking lit back then before all this bullshit. Still thankful though. Yo, Dot Focus, man, just for you saying that. You know what I'm talking about. 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 95. 1995. I made up my own word, my own line back then. You guys probably were saying it. I thought that I made it up, but I used to say kicking it live in 95. That's what I used to always say. Man, 1995. 87 was the shit. 85 was the shit too. But 87, yeah, 85 was the shit too. I'm on Atari and all of that. Oh my God, when I was little. Salem Black says, her education is bigger than his. Jasmine grew up rich. She went to a Ivy League school. She grew up rich. When she talks street, she's faking. Just like I thought. For some reason, she gives me that, what is that movie with those girls that be acting all funny? And they be, you know what I'm talking about. It's a comedy with the white girl that's the leading person. I don't know what the name of it is, but it gives me exactly that. When I look at Jasmine Crockett, I see a black Barbie, sort of a Barbie person. So you guys are totally on point with what your depictions are. Baby Jesus says white chicks. There you go. No, Clueless. There you go. Who was that? Y'all always hold me down. Natalie Georgievich. I told you. That's why I be so happy when Natalie be coming through, because she be saving me, y'all. I be stuck, then all of a sudden, boom, one of y'all hit me with it. And that's another reason why I come in. Mad Hatter says white chicks. I like the fact that you guys are going to the comedy aspect of it too. I see you, I'm reading you, white chicks. I know what you mean by that, because she's a thuntadant. And let's spell that right correctly from now on. You guys have been always saying it wrong. It's not thuntadant. It's not the double up. It's thuntadant. It's THUNTHADUNT. It's thuntadant, not thuntadant. You're a thuntadant. That's what it is. Let's get our comedy words correct when we say them, y'all. Now, Virginia, come to the front of the congregation. We have bad news to bring to the congregation today. This is not funny at all. But VA, yes, need you guys to come to the front of the line. Come to the front of the line. Because TikTok trends are going wrong, especially this one that this college athlete did. I mean, this high school athlete did. I don't know if he knocked on somebody's door and ran or something like that, but it's called the Door Knock Challenge, and it sadly made someone lose their life. Want you guys to see what's going on. This happened in VA. Check this out, you guys. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. It's Friday, y'all. It is Friday. I can't wait to see what's going on later on today. Friday, it's going to be lit later. Let's go, y'all. I want y'all to see this right here.
A social media trend turned deadly after a Virginia high school student was shot and killed Saturday for doing a TikTok door knock prank. 27-year-old Tyler Chase Butler was charged Tuesday with killing 18-year-old high school senior Michael Bosworth Jr. So in order to prevent another tragedy like this, how can families talk to their children to make them think twice? Family therapist Tom Kirsting joins me now. Tom, thank you so much for joining us to talk about this. I mean, this is every parent's worst nightmare. This 18-year-old thinks he's doing something innocent and funny. He winds up dead, and now two parents are in mourning and will never be the same.
Yeah, it's so sad. I counsel, a lot of teenagers at my private practice, and I've had kids recently that tell me they do this. They go out and do the ding-dong ditch. But the real issue is with social media now, and especially young, vulnerable minds that are just trying to fit in. Kids, teenagers by nature like to do what everybody else does. They kind of follow the crowd, and it creates these trends. And, unfortunately, these things can end in tragedy. So parents really need to sit down and have conversations, talk to your kid about this situation, about the potential consequences of doing actions that teenagers do.
Yeah, what more can parents say, though? A lot of times when you're a teenager, the last people you want to hear from are the adults in your life, like the parents and the teachers.
That's true. That's very true. So it's got to start young. We have to get back around the dinner table, with our children at a young age. Raise them the right way, raise them with values, have deep, meaningful conversations with them so that we prepare them when they reach adolescence, to be better decision makers.
Yeah, and also
not only that, but you got to also be careful of people like this and never raise your children, or be careful of who's around your children. Parents, I want to keep on stressing this fact. Just because your daughter or your son has a friend and they've been growing up for a long time together, they may hang out a lot. I want you to make sure that you very well vet the parents, because the parents could be detrimental to your children, because the child has to go over to that parent's house and visit that child. I want you guys to have much wherewithal and be very cautious of the people and the people that you have around your children. Why? Because it could wind up like this fool here. This guy in Houston, this man that is accused of giving his own daughter fentanyl in order to sexually assault her friend. And he killed his own daughter in doing that. I want you guys to see this story, and that's why we're skipping this other story, so I can show you guys this while it's on a topic like this, because it's the perfect time to do so.
For the first time today, we are hearing from the mother of a young woman allegedly killed by her own father.
He's accused of giving her a deadly dose of fentanyl in order to sexually assault her friend. Jason Miles, live from the Harris County Jail with the disturbing details on this story. And Jason.
Yeah, this is a wild story. The father's been locked up down here since March, but today was the first time we heard in detail from investigators who spoke alongside the alleged victim's family. Take a look. They held a news conference at the Drug Enforcement Agency's Houston headquarters in the Galleria area. That agency's overdose task force helped build the case against 46-year-old Joshua Youngblood. He's charged with fentanyl, murder by delivery, and sexual assault, accused of giving a dose of the powerful synthetic opioid to his daughter, Jade, and her friend back on Thanksgiving Day 2023. Investigators say it was part of a ruse to sexually assault the friend, but Jade ended up dying at age 27. Here's part of her mother's emotional message today for Jade's father, with whom she only had a very brief relationship.
You are a vile person. This is a heinous crime. Jade loved you, and you took her from us. And for that, I hope you pay with your life.
The DEA shared photos from Youngblood's arrest, which followed a lengthy investigation. Even if Jade knew she was taking something, an assistant DA said today that no one should receive a death sentence for doing so.
Yeah, Houston, this man needs to go under the jail, under wherever. I hope that everyone in the prison finds out about what he did. And you guys already know, information travels very fast in prison. You probably don't think that it happens as fast and travel as fast as it does out here. But I guarantee you, many people are going to find out about this nut and about what he did to his own damn daughter. I want to know what you guys think about this in the comments. Let's go. What we got here? Because nobody else is talking about it. And yes, that's why we do it. Okay, we're going to keep on moving. Yeah, what? That's messed up. He's gone soon. Bet. He's going soon. Bet. What else we got here? We got, yeah, what? That's messed up. He's going soon. Bet. What else we got? Drum Forever is mad. Dot Focus says, RIP to that young woman. We got JRD says, you made kids with him. Wake up. What else you got? Julian says, the pain in her voice. Chad C says, only in America. Come on, people. Where's Jesus? Yes, where is Jesus? Kendra Walker says, Pat MC 1538. I thought they were removed. What else you got? Julian Needs Blood says, sad. JRD says, that's the Yankee dream full throttle. Oh my God, it just continues to get worse, says Tenderjin. Dem Atrix, that's you, says humanity is ill and I'm not sure there's a solution. Yeah, that's so sad. Christina, what the F is this world? Real? I'm so sick of these sickos. Salem Black, nope, that story is too damn dark. It is, man. I did not want to show it. You see how I try to throw a story in and you know, I don't want to be showing these stories, but guess what? If we don't, everybody going to feel the same way. It's not going to get out. Then it's not going to get enough plays on the platform. That thing probably got like 3,000 views. And that was on the news. Come on now. We got to give it the platform and we got to give it the promotion that we can get it. We don't have that much of a larger platform, but we got to get the message out for people just like somebody said, that's a sicko. Real talk. Sicko. What else? You have a right to protect your home. David says poison. That's right. The Matrix, as you says, it's important for people to see what's happening, horrible or not. Natalie says, thank you for sharing these stories that needs to be heard. Kendra says, at Stony, too much to type. Check out the replay. Exactly, because we got too much going on up in here. We just got too much happening right now. And him, he needs to go under the prison, period. Now we're going to bring it on over to New York City, my city, the modern day David Matters. We got a new DNC situation. You know, I always try to bring the tone down. We got a new statue. Yeah, after all these other statues is knocked down and kicked over, we got a statue in Times Square of a sister. She's standing like this. She's standing like this, y'all. I don't know what that face is supposed to mean, or can I get the job, or where's my chopped cheese? You know, one of those type of poses. I want you guys to see this right here because it's in my city. They're calling it a modern day David Waters. I don't know what they mean by that. Just check this out. You never know what's going to happen when we got people like Kathy Jokul Hochul as our governor. So I want you guys to see this nonsense right here. Check this out.
Democrats have been on a statue jihad since the summer of love. Christopher Columbus, Teddy Roosevelt, George Washington, even Honest Abe, even Frederick Douglass all got torn down. Statues are important. They tell the American story. But the left wants to desecrate and forget our heroes and erect their own statues. In Times Square, a giant statue of a black woman just went up. And when I heard about the statue, I was open-minded. American heroes come in all shapes and sizes. Who is this woman? What did she do to get a statue? A nice one, too. Nothing. This isn't a real person. It's a DEI statue. The sculptor says she's a fictional character who's meant to contrast the statues of white men in Times Square, like Father Duffy, a World War I hero who actually accomplished something. The artist calls this fake lady a modern-day David. The contrapposto pose of her body and the ease of her stance is a subtle nod to Michelangelo's David. Huh. David was a celebration of the human form. Not sure what this statue's celebrating. If you were going to put up a fake statue, why not make her happy and healthy? Not slap a big scowl on her face and her hands on her hips. This is what they want us to aspire to be? If you work hard, you can be overweight and anonymous? They don't like real statues because it reminds them of our society's merit-based system. They want a society based on equity, where achievement isn't celebrated, equal outcomes are. So they celebrate mediocrity instead of triumph. Our nation has hundreds of statues honoring Black Americans, as we should. Harriet Tubman, Duke Ellington, Jackie Robinson, Rosa Parks. We could go on and on and on. But they've built a statue in Times Square. They could have done it for Michelle Obama or Kamala Harris or Oprah Winfrey. Usually you have to earn a statue. I'd give one to Jalen Brunson. He's carrying the Knicks on his back.
Stupid.
Anyone but a fake lady. So what does New York think about the DEI statue?
Nope, won't get me with the sound. Let me see something.
Right? I don't know.
Something to do with like the Black community.
Part of the BLM movement?
What if I told you she accomplished nothing?
Yeah, nothing.
Times Square, what a beautiful time.
Quite Michelangelo's, David. It's more like Michelangelo's Lizzo, if we're going to be honest. And when I say Michelangelo, I mean the migrant dressed as the Ninja Turtle, Michelangelo.
Oh, that Michelangelo.
That's hanging out in Times
The
Square.
one that my son plays with.
Amen. Everything wrong with liberals is they're into slacktivism over activism, meaning this is supposed to be outreach to the minority community, changing a statue. But you don't improve test scores or lower crime by changing what a pigeon goes potty on in the park. Because
Okay, that's it. That's all I'm giving y'all right there. Wanted you guys to see that. I don't know what your opinions are. Me, I agree they could have put someone else there with some more stature, some more, somebody that actually achieved something, not Lizzo. Talking about where's my next burger at. Y'all got my BLT. I'm in the comments, y'all. What y'all got? Let's go. We got Black 999C says she could use some of the Master Splinter's advice. Rebecca's dying laughing over there. Yeah, what? That was funny. Julian's dying laughing. Dot Focus says that statue has 6 baby daddies. Oh, Julian's crazy. True. Make her goodness. Make her a goddess, right? Chad C says, I think it's cool. Okay, David says, entitlement generation pose. Mad Hatter says, who paid for this? Shane Dudley says, fat shaming Bob. Oh, I'm sorry. Or whoever was fat shaming, wasn't me. John says, I thought this was a statue of Letitia James. Replace the statue with Sonny Stitt. Okay. Christina says, they got rid of Lincoln and loves this. He at least wanted to free people. Gabriel says, yes. Yes, sir. Joe says, I like it. Okay, Joe, Kendra Walker's dying. Y'all all got something to say about this. She looks mad at even being there. Yo, Bree Williams says she looks sad at being there. What else y'all got? They got Pat says, Letitia put her dad down on paperwork saying he was her husband to get a discount. So funny. Yeah, we know about that. Shayna Dudley, fat shaming is used to keep people healthy and good looking and fit for service. Check this out, you guys. I'm sorry to let you guys know, but on this platform, you can make fat jokes about people. This is the 80s/90s platform. We are the Eddie Murphy Delirious Clan. We the ones that, you can talk like this over here. And the people that start acting like you can't, y'all might get up out of here. Because we don't play that DEI and inclusion stuff over here. I'm not going to be tiptoeing around my conversations. And that's the reason we made the platform. So people can say what they feel. We want to remember nostalgic stuff like the real burgers and what's really going on. And the fact that you can say, man, that motherfucker there is fat. Look at Tubby. Yes, you can say that on this platform. As long as YouTube don't get mad at you and kick you off, say whatever you want about a fat person. Because you know what that might do? It might make them do what it used to do back in the day, make them go get on a treadmill and make them work. I got a joke right now on Facebook that they keep on coming back at me about because there's some girl that's dancing, talking about she's being happy about her new boyfriend. I said, I think she needs to get on a treadmill. Everybody's tearing me up on Facebook, but I think it's funny and I think it's the right thing that needs to be said. And I'm not going to be cool with that because when you lift that row up, whoo, that funk that come from under there, it's not pleasant, brethren. Keeping it moving because we got to do that. That's what we do. In Florida, you guys got some real technology going on out there, huh? I ain't mad at you guys out in Tampa because There's a situation going on where there's flying cars out here. I'm talking about meet George Jetson. His son Elroy. They literally got flying cars that cost $100,000 now. Now, y'all tell me in the comments. I want to know, do they need a different kind of license for this? You need some sort of aeronautical license or something like that? And the last question is, are you going to get one? If they become affordable, would you get a car that you can fly? You don't got to wait in traffic no more. You ain't got to wait. Oh, God damn it, all this traffic. Next thing you know, you're going to see all the cars like this, flying in the air. Real modern day Jetsons. I want you guys to see it because it's actually going on. Tampa, here we go. Let's show everybody what's going on in Tampa with these real modern day flying cars. Check it out, y'all.
Envisioned flying cars in 2015. And while they were wrong on that particular venture, they were only really off by a decade.
Today, we may not be traveling through time, but a flying car may not be such a stretch anymore. Regina Gonzalez is live to show us a demonstration that's bringing the future to the present. Hey, good morning again.
Hello, everyone. That's right. We are hanging out in downtown Tampa where Special Operations Forces Week is underway. And obviously that comes with a lot of really cool demonstrations. But one site that has specifically been quite the spectacle is being called what's dubbed a flying car. We're actually about to get a little demonstration ourselves here in just a minute. This aircraft vehicle, you can technically call it both, was created by a company called Pivotal. And right now, the CEO, Ken Karklin, is joining us right now. Ken, right off the bat, can you tell us what this is?
Well, we call it a electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft.
An eVTOL.
An eVTOL, that's right. And its capacity is one person. And it is robust, and it takes off like a helicopter, cruises like an airplane, and then you can land again just like a helicopter. It's in the ultralight category. This one is built deliberately engineered for very, very low mass to fit into that category. And it's something that you can learn how to fly in a couple of weeks and actually take one home to go fly in unrestricted airspace.
I think that's what's so incredible to me is that you don't need a pilot's license in order to fly it. How is that?
Well, the ultralight category does actually permit non-certificated pilots to fly an aircraft. Oh, and here he goes.
Oh, here we go.
He's up and he's cruising by pretty quiet, isn't it?
Really not that loud.
So when he's in cruise flight, that forward flight, at 200 feet, which is more typical cruising altitude, you might not actually hear it at all. It's very low noise. When he's in hover, it makes a little bit more noise, but even then, it's pretty quiet. And off he goes. He's going to make another turn, probably come back and see us in a second. This aircraft has been in development for 13 years. And the company was actually started in Canada quite a while ago. It moved to the Bay Area after it got, the San Francisco Bay Area, after it got some attention from some key investors. And it has had multiple generations of development and thousands of flights, many of them unmanned. And we've moved to manned flight as a predominant mode of testing flight right now. And we're actually launching a production version of it in the December timeframe.
Wow. Okay, I have to ask, what does one of these go for?
The civilian version, which has civilian hardware on it, it starts at a price of about $190,000 today. That once we're in full production, that pricing may move a little bit, but we're actually cultivating opportunities in the defense space and in the public service space as well. So public safety, we're looking at emergency medical services responses. We've done a couple tech demos in Southern California over the course of the last year, and hope to be operational in 2 sites by the end of the year, doing 911 response when time really matters, and that aircraft can get there with a paramedic much faster than the ambulance does, which is dispatched as well.
That's amazing, and I feel like it would be an incredible tool.
Okay, y'all, I think that'd be a good thing when it comes down to people probably stuck in the mountains. You got to get certain things going on or whatever like that. But to me, I ain't doing it. Y'all crazy if y'all going to do that. And it don't even really seem like he got too much good control of that thing. He all swaying and looking like it's a hovercraft. I'm good. Scared of getting on planes anyway. What do y'all think about this right here? Let's go. I'm in the comments. Demonetized says, that's a flying coffin. There you go, Demonetized. Tim says, I'll let everyone else who wants one test them out. I don't want to be a test dummy. Plus, I don't have 100K to just throw around. Renee says, I'd rather buy a house than buy a flying car. Christina says, yeah, nope. Like I said, we can't keep what we have now in the air. Yep, we can't keep what we have now in the air. David says, I dream of having a flying car, just going to worry about power lines. Tim says, LOL. Drum Forever says, nowhere, no land. You suck says, they're going to be autopilot only when they become mainstream. Good suggestion. Michael says, I'm down, finally. Charles said, looks like a bad version of the VS-22 Osprey. Okay, somebody, Danny K, what's up? Danny K says hi. We got L8 says, things, stuff, and more. Trump should stop firing everyone. Yeah, what says, scares me too, and fly plenty drones and RC planes and helicopters. I ain't gonna be flying that. Okay, yeah, because that right there, that's pretty crazy, and I'm good. You see how we had to go through the crazy to get to the stuff to tone us down? We always do that in the show. We don't try to leave you, on a crazy topic or whatever like that. But you guys, you know what I want y'all to do right now? Do me a favor. Go into the description area right now and fill out a survey. See if you can make up to $500. We always make sure that on a daily basis, we go to a proven effective research base in a survey area that we've already proven, and we get the best, the most expensive surveys, and we drop them in our descriptions, and we bring them to you so that you can make as much money as possible, because we know it's hard out here for a pimp, because we're trying to get the money for the rent. So we try to do stuff like put surveys in the description where you can make some money. Also, we do events like the Show Your Talent Search. That's right. You guys know I keep on talking about this. It's even got its own commercial at this point, because I want you guys in the 5 boroughs to come out and show me your talent. That's going to be Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. You guys come out. Show your talent, show us what you got, what you're made of, and you, in each borough, there's gonna be one winner that's gonna make $250. That's right, $250. We're not limiting what the talent is. I don't care if you can do a handstand on your pinky, that's who we're looking for. If you can cook fried chicken and make people say, that's also a talent. We're not just talking about singing and dancing. We want natural born real talent, and that's what we're shooting for. So after we give everybody in all 5 boroughs their winnings of $250, we all come together in one downtown location, and what do? We give away $1,000 to the finalist, the one that actually won the whole thing. We bring all the boroughs together. It's going to be hosted by me, your boy Boogotti NYC, and it's sponsored by what? Big Drip Hard Punch. That's the punch I want you guys to go into the liquor store and ask for by name. BIGG. It's phenomenal, by the way, you guys. It's 14% alcohol. It's natural grain spirits, and you only need 1 can. It's only $3.99 because it's economical right now. We understand that the market is really rough right now, so you need a quality, good tasting drink that actually goes down well and it don't taste like rot gut. When you want some real good quality, you guys want it in a can and don't have to worry about mixing. You like grape, you like raspberry, go out and get yourself one of these. It's called Big Drip. It's only $3.99. Go to your local liquor store, make sure you're 21 and older, and ask for it by name. That's right, Big Drip Hard Punch. And it's the punch that is sponsoring the talent show. And that's where we're going to be doing the talent shows, inside of those stores. I can't wait to get to meet you guys. I can't wait to see you, because I can't wait to meet you. And that's who's going to be hosting it? Me, your boy Boogotti NYC, at all of the locations. After we get New York, we're going to go to all the other states, Detroit, VA, Los Angeles, and I'm going to be in your face, and I can't wait to get to meet all of you phenomenal people. With that being said, you guys know today is Friday. Don't live for the weekend. What do you mean by that, Boogotti? That means I want to see you Monday. That means you're not going to go out and do nothing crazy Friday night. You're not going to do nothing crazy Saturday night. You're going to worry about your life and your safety and everything like that so that you can be here on Monday. And we're going to keep on repeating that every weekend, because it's about life. It's not about living for the weekend. It's about making the longevity and not just, oh my God, there's a party tonight. Next thing you know, you get caught up in the line, the crossfire or something. You don't always got to go to the club. You don't always got to hang out, and you don't always got to be outside. It's okay to keep your ass in the house too sometimes, because you stay safe doing that. With that being said, you guys, I want y'all to smile for no reason. That's right. Like smile for no damn reason because it just feels good right here. Right now, let's try it. Let's all smile. There you go. Don't that feel good? And you can do that for free. That's why I do it anyway. So do me a favor, you guys. Have a fantastic weekend if you're not coming through tomorrow because y'all already know me. I do this every day. So you're going to see me Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're here every single day at Our Bottom Line, bringing you up-to-date news, bringing you up-to-date content, and hoping that you guys really appreciate the host that's been busting his butt trying to get this show to be recognized for what it is, and that's number one because I got you guys. I could not do it without you. This will be a black man looking at the camera, showing videos, and talking to himself. I appreciate every single one of you guys, and I want to thank you for coming through. And with that being said, y'all already know what it is. Y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, that's right, Saturday, because we back at it tomorrow. Y'all know what it is. I'll see y'all later. Love is love. Thanks for all the co-hosts. I got y'all tomorrow. See y'all then. Get 'em. One. Yeah.